And we are live over on YouTube. What is good, Killah Noez? Happy Tuesday. Just making sure our audio is working on the YouTube end. And it looks like it is. All right, man. We're going to set up the Twitch. We're about to set up the Twitch stream. Yeah, it's sometimes a little confusing when you're doing a dual stream, but I think we got it, man. Done it plenty of times and we could do it again. So let's do this. Yeah, 11:30. We're 15 minutes early. It's always good to be early than late. Chin Music, a Baseball Podcast, episode 135. Chin Music, a Baseball Podcast, episode 135. Now, at this point, I'm just hoping the audio is working. Ooh, I don't know if it is. Check, mic check, 1, 2. Check. All right, looks like we're good. We're good on both ends. What is good? Killah Noez here. Happy Tuesday going out to everybody. Welcome into Chin Music, a Baseball Podcast, episode 135. And you can see we got some baseball cards we're about to rip into. So last week, we ripped open some modern cards. We were supposed to do both classic cards and modern cards. Well, we got stuck because we had some incredible Topps 25 Chrome blaster boxes. And yeah, that kind of took the bulk of the live stream. So this time around, we want to kind of continue where we kind of left off. And we left off wanting to rip open some Fleer baseball cards. We got some Fleer 93, I believe. Fleer 92 and Fleer 91. So we got some packs. We also got some bonus packs. We were at Frankincense over the weekend. And we picked up some classic, call them cello packs of 1990 Fleer. So we got a bunch of Fleer. We're ripping up a lot of Fleer baseball cards now that I see. And then we do have a pack of Score. So we're going to go with the classics on this live stream. And then we'll go on from there. Buddha God, what is good, man? Let's go Rams. What up, Buddha God? Welcome into the live stream over on Twitch. We're also live on YouTube at Killah Noez. But yeah, Buddha God, we're going to rip open some classic baseball cards, brother. That's kind of what we're doing here on this episode of Chin Music. But welcome in. All right, man. Let's kind of clear the floor. I think the way I want to go about this. How do I want to rip these? Do I want to rip? You know what? Let's rip. I'm gonna rip two. So the reason I got this one is because it has Don Mattingly, and then this one had Roger Clemens in the front. You see, I kind of cheated a little bit. This one had Edgar Martinez. So I got the cello packs that had the Hall of Famers. Now in the backs, I can't really tell who's up in there, but we're gonna kind of go that route. So with that said, let's open up the one with Edgar Martinez. I'll hold on to these two for a later date. I'll put these ones off to the side. I haven't ripped cards in a while. Yeah, we're into baseball cards. We actually took a Buddha God. We took some time off from ripping up baseball cards, but I did have a bunch of baseball cards just kind of laying around that were unopened, and we're kind of just since the season's over and we're trying to just kind of stay relevant here and stay consistent here. Said why not and open up some baseball cards. Why not? That's kind of what we're doing. So I think I'm going to open up 1990 Score. I'm going to go into the 1990 Fleer, and then that's going to lead us into this. I'm not even going to call it like a half box of Fleer 91, which is already opened, but we got some Fleer 92 packs as well, and then we got the classic yellow bordered 1991. So we're looking for some provisions, and 91, 92, we might be able to get lucky and pull some Provision art cards, which is really what I'm looking for here. So let's put this box off to the side. And be on the lookout, man. I think either tomorrow or Thursday, I'm going to go back live here on Chin Music. And we're going to open up modern cards where we are going to tap back into these 2025 Topps Chrome. The last 2 blaster box that we opened of these, man, we killed it. Getting a bunch of Dodger hits. We got some Paul Skeens hits as well. I also will open a Topps package that I got. I got a box, which I know what this is. This is Topps 2025 update. I got a jumbo box that I'm going to open up as well. So that's kind of where we're going to get into here. And without further ado, man, let's get ripping. And again, happy Tuesday going out to everybody as we rip up our first pack here. This is going to be 1988 score. 1988 score. Holy moly. 17 player cards and 1 magic motion. They call it a magic motion card. So let's rip open this 1988 score pack. I'll be honest, man, I don't know who the rookies were during this year, but we'll see. I'm looking for some Hall of Famers, some notable Hall of Famers. All right, we're going to start off with Dwight Evans, Joe Carter, who I believe is a Hall of Famer. I could be wrong. Vance Law. There's a Dodger. Dave Anderson. Put the Dodgers off to the side. Steve Lombardozzi. Okay. Rafael Palmeiro. This could be a rookie card. Rafi. And no, it's not. Rafi was a rookie back in '86. But a young Rafael Palmeiro before his career went into shambles, unfortunately. All right, here's the Magic Motion card here. And it has to do with Angel Stadium, September 27th, 1973. Something happened. Nolan Ryan sets strikeout record. Okay, so that's the significance of that motion card. Jim Morrison. Okay, Puro Doors. Kurt Ford, not Kurt Ford. Kurt Ford. Oh, look at that. We got Bush. We got Randy Bush. Oh, Tony Gwynn. Hall of Famer indeed. Tony Gwynn. That's a Mino hit. Keith Hernandez. Yes. Keith Hernandez is not in the Hall of Fame yet. Glenn Wilson. Tom Hume. Ed Lynch. Jeff Russell. John Marzano. And Steve Lake. That was not a bad pack. These are the hits right here, man. Keith Hernandez, Tony Gwynn, Rafael Palmeiro, and Joe Carter. So you know what? I'm gonna start a stage over here, and let's get cracking with those. Those are the hits from this first box. E-Dog, what's up, brother? Shouts to E-Dog popping in. All right, man. Let's get these baseball card stands going. I think I need, what, 4 or 5 to get it started? 2, 3. Yeah, my setup is a little different because I got the turntable set up. So I'm going to try to make this work. I'm not sure if it is or not, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, so up goes Keith. Tony, of course. Rafael Palmeiro, I'll throw him up. He was projected to be a Hall of Fame player before he got busted with PEDs. Joe Carter, which I believe Joe Carter is a Hall of Famer. We'll throw him up regardless. All right, man. So let's put these off to the side. Of course, Dave Anderson, the Dodger card. We always put Dodger cards off to the side. Okay. Not a bad pack of 88 score. All right. Let's get this cello pack of 1990 Fleer. Let's get into 1990 Fleer. See, back in the days, looks like this person bought the original cello pack from Thrifties for $1.04. These ones I bought at Frankinson's over the weekend, and I dropped which is not bad, $1.50. They're $1.50 for the cello pack, so pretty close to the price back in the day at Thrifties. $1.04. I spent $1.50. Not bad. So here in this cello pack, we're going to get 33 cards and 3 stickers. 33 cards and 3 stickers. So let's see how we do it here, man. Happy Wife with the check-in over on Twitch. Lurking from work. Happy Wife, thank you so much for pulling up. Welcome in. Poodle Chin Music. All right, so here is the first cello pack. Let me set this up real quick for myself. Always like to see who's in the mix here. Making sure I see your guys' comments as well. And I think I got it situated here. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, we got the Garners at the Neighbors putting in work. Shout outs to them. Okay. Let me just. All right, I think we're good here. All right, cool. All right, so let's put this motion card off to the side. All right, here we go. 1990 Fleer Cello Pack, 10th Anniversary Edition. Let's see what we could find here. Looks like we are going to get an All-Star. The Thrifty 104 price tag is hilarious to me. Puro Thrifties. Puro Thrifties ice cream. With the square scoops. Okay. All right, here we go. Jeez. So we did get the Hall of Famer. Obviously, he was the first man up, and we saw him. That's why we picked that pack. So Edgar Martinez, the Hall of Famer. Pedro Guerrero, really good player. Marty Barrett. Rick Honeycutt, former Dodger pitching coach. Ricky Jordan. Lee Mazzilli, who I believe is a former, I think he managed the Baltimore Orioles during the 90s, I believe. Mike Lavalier, Juan Berenger, Mark Parent. There we go. We got Don Mattingly. So we got Don Mattingly. Here we go. So super dope. That's super cool. So we got Don Mattingly here as a front card. So I might hold on to this one and not open it for a long time. Anyway, we were able to pull Don Mattingly on the first cello pack. Super cool. Juan Augusto, Dwayne Ward. Oh, wait a minute. Don't forget about Claudell Washington. There's Dwayne Ward. Got a prospects card of Rudy CNS, who I know in the 90s pitched for the Dodgers. And Colin Charland. CNS and Charland. Major League prospects. There's a Dodger. Lenny Harris. Pinch hitting specialist. Drew Hall. Okay, we got a Padres sticker. An Expo sticker, which I would think it's a collectible since the Expos are no more. And then we got a quad piece of stickers. We got the old school Braves sticker, the Cubs, the Reds, and the Astros. Nice. All right, Steve Psycho Lyons, Tim Bristus, Andy McGaffigan, Greg Briley, Will the Thrill Clark, Tommy Gregg, Bob Kipper, Omar Vizquel, Milt Thompson, Dwight Evans. I feel like we got Dwight Evans twice. I could be tripping. There we go. All-Star 1990 Fleer All-Star team, Ryan Sandberg, RIP. How about the Cobra? Speaking of RIP, newly inducted Hall of Famer Dave Parker, Puro Cobra, nice. Neil Heaton, Jerry Reed, Ken Daly, Hall of Famer Wade Boggs, and we're capping this off with a 1990 Fleer All-Star team, Ruben Sierra. That was a pretty good cello pack. Really good cello pack in my opinion. I would throw up the Wade Boggs. I would throw up Cobra. I would throw up Sandberg, Will Clark. I would throw up Don Mattingly. And I would throw up Edgar Martinez. Those would be considered for me the hits of the cello pack. Wow, Edog. Yeah, we got a real Edgar, a true Edgar. And real fun fact, speaking of Edgars, man, do you guys know Edub's real name? You guys know Edub, DJ Edub here on Twitch? His name is Edgar. And that's why we started during the pandemic. That's why we started calling him Todd. Because, like, dude, Edub does not look like an Edgar. That's why we started calling him Todd. Like, you look more like a Todd. And that's how Todd kind of came up. Shouts to DJ Edub. He's a true Edgar, believe it or not. That's his real name. All right, man. Let's throw up Edgar, of course. He's going up, along with Don Mattingly, Will Clark, Ryan Sandberg. All right, a couple more here. Right, Edog, he does not look like an Edgar. Edog looks like a Todd. All right, man. So those are the hits of the packs. You know what? I don't even know why I throw them up. I'm gonna have to clear the floor already because I'm gonna make way for the fleers. So let's let's take out the hits. Let's save the hits for later when we do the recaps of all the hits that we got during these rips. All right, let's clear it up, man. We got to clear the floor. We got to make room for Fleer 91, Fleer 92. I believe we have 5 packs of Fleer 92. And there we're going to rip open. And then that will lead us on to Fleer 91, which is the main event for this live stream, ripping up Fleer 1991. All right, man, let's get these baseball card stands out of the way real quick. And again, happy Tuesday, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's almost like a pop-up version here of Chin Music. Uh-oh, look out. People are honking at each other outside. Hopefully everything's cool. Take it easy, guys. It's not that serious. All right, man. So I think we got that situated there. All right, let's get ready for the Fleers. And remember, in Fleer 91 and Fleer 92 packs, I am looking for provisions. So basically what provisions are, they're like art cards. Now, people have said, like in the hobby, they have said that 1991 Fleer is probably one of the most ugliest card designs ever made. I would disagree with that. I think maybe because I grew up in that era, and I do remember buying packs of Fleer 91, so it's a bit nostalgic for me, where I wouldn't call it the ugliest design ever. Well, anyway, okay, let's just roll with that, right? So the ugliest design is Fleer 91, supposedly because of the yellow borders. Well, anyway, in those cards, a lot of people forget, man, you could get some really dope art cards as inserts. And you got like some really cool Bo Jackson, Frank Thomas, David Justice, Robin Yount, Kirby Puckett, Jose Canseco. Those are the Provision art cards that I'm looking for. Dwight Gooden, Eric Davis, Mike Greenwell, among others. Darryl Strawberry, Nolan Ryan. So that's what we're in the hunt for in these Fleer 91s and 92s. So we might get lucky and pull some real during these rips. So here we go. We're going to start off a little backwards here. We're going to start off with 1992 Fleer. And you can see here, features Fleer All-Stars, Provisions art cards. That's what we're looking for. Superstar specials and more. Also collect Roger Clemens career highlights. So hopefully we are during these rips we're able to find at the very least one of these features. But most importantly, that's what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for the Provisions art cards. So let's start off, man. Our first pack, Fleer 1992. 17 cards in this pack. Let's rip open and see what we could find. Little Chin Music, episode 135. Thank you guys so much for being here. Just ripping up some baseball cards. All right. All right, we're going to start off with Telford. There we go, Greg Maddux. And we did get an all-star. This is going to be Mike Lavalier of the Pirates. Yeah, and this card is a bit dirty, though. But nice-looking all-star card. Fortunately, is Mike Lavalier of the Pirates. Ay caray. Carney Lansford. Who I believe Carney Lansford, it's weird. Every time I look at his batting stance, as you can see it here, I always think like, oh, man, this guy, yeah, this guy definitely took Jose Canseco and Mark McGwire's batting stance. Like if you look at Carney Lansford, look at it. He looks like he's got a Jose Canseco batting stance, right? Maybe I'm tripping. Mike Fitzgerald, Mike Harkey, Jose Rijo, Matt Noakes, Jose Melendez, Jack Doherty, Matt Murillo, Wally's World, Wally Joyner, Kenny Rogers, the pitcher, Scott Erickson, Todd Zeal. We got a record setters, and this is Nolan Ryan. Record 7th no-hitter. Pretty cool card there, Nolan Ryan. And Derek Bow to cap off the first pack of Fleer 92. So nothing really there. All right, man, let's keep it pumping. Fleer 92. We're on the hunt for some provisions. Would like to get at least one. Let's see how we do here. All right, Terry Steinbach, Jamie Navarro, Bill Landrum, Gabriel O'Brien, Chris Hoyles, Joel Skinner, Kelly Downs, Brett Saberhagen, Dale Murphy. Got another league leaders card, Tom Glavine. Prospects card here of Wayne Kirby. Dropping the bunt. This is a bunt card right here. Hold up. So this will go into the bunt team. Mark Leiter, Frank Viola, Paul Gibson, Kevin Elster, Ted Power, and John Orton. So nothing really there. That was a tough pack. Real tough pack there. Ay caray. All right, another pack here of Fleer 1992. Looking for provisions. Chuck Krim, Steve Buechele, Ken Patterson, Dodger Kel Daniels. Got a superstar card here. Got the Atlanta Braves featuring Mark Wohlers, Kent Merker, and Alejandro Peña. Prospects card here of Dodger Mike Christopher, who I never heard of. Jeez. Al Newman, Chris Carpenter, Bobby Rose, Hall of Famer Craig Biggio, back when he was a catcher. Danny Cox, Bob Wack, Mel Hall, Bruce Hurst, Big Mo Vaughn, Billy Hatcher, and Geronimo Peña. Man. All right, a couple more packs. Another pack here, Fleer 1992. So far, we are dry on our hunt for provisions. Looking for those art cards. Mike Boderick, high kicking Ruben Sierra, Sean Hillegas, Rob Murphy, Mike Greenwell, the Gator, Brian Barnes, Eric Davis, Greg Caderet, Paul Faries, Brian Downing, Tim Rock Reigns, Hall of Famer, Luis Bologna, Al Osuna, Shane Mack, Jose De Leon, prospects card here of Ted Wood, and Tom Hankey. Holy moly. No provisions. Jeez, I think we're going to strike out, guys. We got one more pack of Fleer 1992. Man. Oh, well, you know what? We do got some in the back. Hold up. All right, another league leaders here of Tom Glavine. That's the second one we pull. And another bunt card, Wayne Kirby. All right, Mark Leiter. This looks like another pack. We opened up two similar packs. Frank Viola, Paul Gibson, Calvin Elster, ay caray, Ted Power, John Orton, Mike Boddicker, Ruben Sierra, Sean Hillegas. These are really poorly cut. See how off-center these cards are? Yikes. Andres Galarraga, Rob Malico, Bip Roberts, Dave Sviam, Lloyd McClendon. Holy moly. And Bo Jackson to save the whole damn pack. Jeez. But unfortunately, this is a really bad cut. And horribly off-centered card. Look at this. See the big... You got like the bottom border. But then the top border, geez. There's hardly no top border. But at least we got Bo Jackson representing the White Sox. Like I said again, to save these packs. Holy moly. Those were tough packs. A Fleer 1992. Jeez. Yeah, we got little to nothing on those. Let's see. These were the notable ones right here. Got the bunt cards of Wayne Kirby. Got this Mike Christopher Dodger card, which I've never heard of Mike Christopher. Cal Daniels. Got an all-star card of Mike Lavalier. Bo Jackson. Andres Galarraga. League leaders Tom Glavine. Tim Rock Raines. Eric Davis. Mike Greenwell. Mo Vaughn. Craig Biggio. There's another league leaders there of Tom Glavine. Dale Murphy. Record setters Nolan Ryan. And Greg Maddux. That's pretty much it, man. Oof. No provisions, unfortunately. Not with 1992 Fleer. Jeez. All right, well, we tried. We did get a bunt team, E-Dog, at the very least, right? Jeez. All right, man, let's put these off to the side. Let's get ready for the main event here. Let's count our losses here. Jeez. All right, man, let's bring over 1991 Fleer. We got a box of 20 packs. There's the box. Let's get our 20 packs out of here. Hoping to score some provisions here now. Remember, these are what... Actually, you know what? Let's take these out, and I'll show you. Like, the bottom of the box shows exactly how the cards are going to look. This is how they look. This might refresh your memory here. So you got Randy Johnson, Fernando Valenzuela, which the bottom packs are pretty good. Dave Stieb, who was a good pitcher at that time, and a Mets logo card. So that's how they look. That's how the yellow borders look. You guys might remember these. Well, like I said, as ugly supposedly as those cards are, which I don't think they are, but we do have a chance to find some Provision art cards, and that's kind of where we're on the hunt for with these Fleer 91s and 92s. So there's our packs, 20 packs. You know what? And to be totally honest, it's 21 packs. So we got a bonus pack here. So let's get ripping, guys. Let's see how we do. First pack of Fleer 1991. As we continue our hunt of Provisions. What can we find? All right, we're going to start things off with Lonnie Smith. Looks like he's shielding his eyes from the sun. Tom Candiotti, knuckleballer. Jeff Schultz. Ooh, Frank Thomas. That's a good one to get. Nice looking Frank Thomas card there. Mike Greenwell. Rick Sutcliffe. John Tudor. Jeff King. Terry Pendleton. Tony Fernandez, R.I.P. Tim Cruz, R.I.P. Mike Pagliarulo. Bob Ojeda. Let me put Tim Cruz off the side. Poodle Dodger card. Bob Ojeda and Mike Jackson. Team logo would be the Mets. Put these off to the side. All right, another pack here. DJ Access, what is good, brother? I see some deck savers. Oh yeah, we got deck savers for our turntables and mixer, brother. Yes, sir. I'm a big proponent of the Dick. Did I say Dick Saver? I'm a big proponent of the Dick Savers, bro. Big time. 21 pack salute. Yes, sir, E-Dog. Oh, boy. All right, man. So let's see what we got here. Oh, and E-Dog, shout outs to E-Dog patrolling the chat as well, man. Appreciate that, brother. All right, here we go, man. Deck Savers, bro. Deck Savers. All right, another pack here, Fleer 1991, where we're on the hunt for these Provision art cards. I'm telling you, if we're able to pull one, you'll see how beautiful those cards are in comparison to these yellow borders. Are these the senior citizen edition packs? Wow, access. I guess, yeah, I guess now they are considered senior citizens. So yes, I guess they are, bro. At the time they weren't. Oh, we might have one. I see a black border here, guys. We might have a Provisions. Hold up. We'll see what we got. All right, let's start off with Mark Knudsen. Mark Thurmond. Greg Brock. Brian Downing. Terry Shumpert. Mike Heath. Melido Perez. Mark Eichhorn. Dave Otto. Mark Grant. Mark Carrion. Jody Reed. Ooh, I think it is. Craig Worthington. And here we go. Oh, it's backwards. This is going to be... Oh, Ruben Sierra. Look at this. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about here, guys. We got a Provision. Look how beautiful this card is, man. That's what I'm telling you guys. Like, a lot of people hate on Fleer 91, but it's like, wait a minute. You could still pull a dope Provision card. And that's what we did here. Ruben Sierra. Rangers outfield. And you guys see Taming the West, it says. And you could see he has the, like the sheriff's badge. Really dope card, man. Oh, my goodness. So happy. I'm just glad we got a Provisions, man. Let me throw this one up. Hell yeah. And the Mariners logo, just to cap it off. So that's what I'm talking about, man. Those Provisions. You have a big chance to pull one of those Provisions. A lot of people hate on these Fleer 91 cards, but yo, you could get Provisions, man. I'm telling you. You got Darryl Strawberry, Eric Davis in that format. Jose Canseco, Bo Jackson, Kirby Puckett. You got all the greats in that form. Nolan Ryan. Money Pennies with the check-in. Yes, you've made it. Welcome in. Chin Music. Episode 135. We are ripping up some classic baseball cards. Or as Access likes to call them, some senior citizen edition packs. Ay caray. So yes, we scored a Provision. And there it is. Ruben Sierra with the first one. I'm hoping that's the first of many. We got a few more packs. We got a bunch more packs here to rip open. Here's the packs that are left. All right, deep breath, and we're going to go right into it. I totally missed this channel. We won the World Series, yes. Money Pennies, yes. Dodgers are back-to-back champions, and man, I had mentioned in a prior episode where we were doing the recap of what happened in the World Series, how it was disappointing that I was not able to call Game 7, but at the same time, I was able to enjoy the game with family, and man, we had a blast. And hey, they won it. And the way I looked at it, Money Pennies, is like, all right, if someone told me, hey, you can't call Game 7, but the Dodgers are going to win the World Series, what do you want? I would be like, oh yeah, I want the Dodgers to win the World Series. Where do I sign for that? That's the way I was looking at it. Just so you know. But yeah, we got our second strike. We actually got Twitch pulled the plug on us, unfortunately, and that's why we couldn't call Game 7. All good, man. It happens. All right, man. So we did get a Provision. I am looking for more. You get one, then you want more. So now we're hooked here. We want more Provision cards. So here we go. Another pack here of 1991 Fleer. Holy moly. What else can we find? The way you tell, guys, you could kind of like look and you see a black bordered card. That's how you know you got one. Now, we didn't get one here, but all good. Let's see what else we could find here. Scott Terry, Manny Lee, Alfredo Griffin, Chicken Alfredo Griffin. Boodle Dodger card. Put him off to the side. Derek Lilliquist, David Cone. David Cone was a good player. Mike Brumley, Mitch, the Wild Thing Williams, Mark Leonard, Paul O'Neill, Wes Chamberlain, Rafael Ramirez, Larry Walker. This could be, I think this might be a, no, it's not. I was going to say maybe it's a rookie of Larry Walker, but no, it's not. Larry Walker, and it looks like he might have struck out. John Mitchell, Gene Larkin, and Detroit Tigers on the logo sticker. All right, so no prohibitions there. Ay caray. All right. I'm trying to see. Nope, no black borders. But we are going to start off with another Dodgers, Juan Samuel. It's funny because this is when I started really paying attention to the Dodger teams. Like 91, 92. And I remember Juan Samuel, second baseman for the Dodgers during this time. Dennis Rasmussen, Tom O'Malley, Scott Bankhead, Damian Berryhill, Brett Butler, Poodle Bunt team. Hold up. All right, for those of you guys don't know, Brett Butler was one of my favorite Dodgers growing up. Now here he is representing the San Francisco Giants. So this is the year before he became a Dodger. Brett Butler. Actually, this is a bunt team card, so we hold on to that one. Mariano Duncan nails Lenny Dykstra. Ken Oberkfell. El Presidente Dennis Martinez. Leo Gomez. Mark Guthrie. Doug Drabeck. Mike Scioscia. Look at that, pointing at the ump. Like, bro, you effed up big time. Like the way he's giving it to the ump here. Really cool card here. Mike Scioscia repping the Dodgers. And here's our logo stickers. We got a classic Cleveland Indian sticker along with the Tigers, Royals, and Brewers. All right. Giant Butler, no less. Exactly, dog. Yeah, he's representing the San Francisco Giants. That was 1 year before he became a Dodger. Guess he was a free agent, and the Dodgers signed him up. All right, here we go. Another pack here of Fleer 1991. We're on those quests for those black bordered Provision cards. Can we find another one? It's not going to be in here. Mike Marshall with the Red Sox. Ay caray. Deion James. Mike Perez. Joey Cora. Anthony Telford. Sandy Alomar Jr. That's a dope-looking card there. Rafael Palmeiro. Got a Dodger. Carlos Hernandez, backup catcher at the time. Jimmy Kremers. Jose Rijo. Kevin Brown. Nick Esaski. Kevin Wickander. And Luis Aquino. Ay caray. Braves, Cubs, Reds, Astros on the stickers. Another pack of Fleer 91. Looking for Provisions. Is it in this pack, perhaps? No. All right. Steve Lake. Bill Gullickson. Spike Owen. Rene Gonzalez. Junior Ortiz. Gary Redis. There we go. Fernando Valenzuela. Good one to get if you're a Dodger fan. Luis Sojo. Mike Witt. Norm Charlton. Dan Petrie. Delino DeShields. Hall of Famer Edgar Martinez. So that's a rare card because Edgar was known as a DH. Obviously, he started off as a third baseman, but I don't think his defense was all that. So it's always rare to see Edgar Martinez playing the field. Mike Moore, and then our quad of stickers, Twins, Yankees, Padres, and Giants. All right. Another pack here of 1991 Fleer. On the hunt for those Provisions. Not there. Ay caray. Neil Heaton. Dodger Lenny Harris. Junior Felix. Jimmy Jones. Eric Davis. Chet Lemon. Nelson Santovenia. Nelson Santovenia. What a name. Bill Swift. Dave Henderson. Dave Hollins, Eric Anthony, Thomas Howard, Bob Guerin, who's now the bench coach for the Dodgers, Roy Smith, quad of stickers, Orioles, Red Sox, Reds, Astros. All right, another pack here, Fleer 91. Like another provision at the very least. Can we at least get one more? Not with this pack. But we do got Tony Gwynn's brother, Chris Gwynn. Dave Steeb, Big Steve Balboni, Herm Winningham, Clay Parker, Mike Fitzgerald, Tino Martinez, Jamie Quirk, Randy Stays Ready, Mike Sims, Paul Ferries, Pascual Perez, Kirby Puckett, Hall of Famer Kirby, Bill Spires, and our quad of stickers, Twins, Yankees, Athletics, Mariners. Fleer 1991. All right, let's see how we do here. We are making a mess as we are looking for some provisions. Ryan Sandberg. It's Ryan, not Ryan. Hall of Famer. Robbie Thompson, Tim Layana, Don Carmen, Danny Darwin, Chris Nables, Dave Johnson, Kent Herbeck, John Smiley, Dodger Jim Gott, Dave Wells, Steve Sachs, Barry Larkin, Hall of Famer, Dave Bergman, and then we got Braves, Cubs, Reds, Astros on the stickers. Fleer 1991 baseball cards. Oh boy. As Leo is going insane. All right, Pete Smith, another bunk card. Hold up. All right, Pete Smith starts it off. So we got a bunk card. John Farrell, Steve Farr, Sammy Sosa dropping a bunt. Budo bunt team. Look at that. Sammy Sosa squaring up the bunt. He makes the bunt team. Roger Clemens, Paul Ossenmacher, Chris Carpenter, Jose Chico Lind, Danny Walling, Derek Bell, pinch hitter specialist. He's a third baseman as well, but we know him as a pinch hitter if you're a Dodger fan. Dave Hansen, Fred Lynn, Dave Magadan, and Pete O'Brien. Mariners on the sticker card. Oh, man. Yeah, Leo, the head of security here on Chin Music. Blowing it up. All right, here we go. Another pack of Fleer 91. Can we find another Provisions? Not in this pack. Terry Lee, Ruben Sierra, Ron Gant, Alex Cole, Brett Saberhagen, Ivan Calderon, John Dobson, Gary Varsho, Frank DiPino, R.J. Reynolds, Tom Niedenfuer, Tom Henke, Jim Needlinger. It's a Dodger pitcher who I do not know who that was. Jim Needlinger. Oh my gosh. It's a Dodger though. Phil Stevenson, and then our stickers. Man. All right, we are running dry here, guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to find another Fleer 91 baseball. Another Provisions. We're running dry, guys. Jeff Russell, Jay Howe, Dodger. Victor Rosario, Mino Jerry Curl. Tim Rock Reigns, Hall of Famer. Charlie Huff, who pitched forever. John Smoltz, the Hall of Famer. Greg Swindell, Steve Crawford, Steve Psycho Lyons, Dana Kiker, Doug DeCenso, Jose Oquendo, Sid Bream, Ken Hill, and the stickers. Holy moly. Fleer 91. No provisions. Wayne Edwards, John Marzano, Mark Grace, Ken Daly, Mike Lavalier, Jose De Leon, puro bunt team. All right, so we are pulling some bunt team cards at the very least. Glenn Allen Hill, Oral Hershiser. All right. Gary Templeton, Todd Hundley, Omar Vizquel, the Hawk, Andre Dawson, Scott Geraltz, Nasty Boy Rob Dibble. And we did get a Dodger, Expo, Met, and Philly sticker. Fleer 1991. Hunting for provisions. Will we see another one? Well, we will see a Bobby Bonilla and Barry Larkin. NLCS team leader card. Joe Bitker. Von Hayes. Gary Pettis. Charlie Liebrandt. Doug Jones. Jeff Conine. Craig Grebeck. Greg Harris. Dwight Smith. Puro bunt team. Okay. A lot of bunt team candidates in these packs. The Wizard, Ozzie Smith. Carlos Garcia, Ray Langford, John Cerruti, and the Angels logo sticker. All right, a few more packs here. Fleer 1991, where we are hunting down provisions, but we are running dry here, guys. Tom Glavine with the slide. Okay. Alejandro Peña, Luis Rivera, Mark Williamson. We got a checklist. Mike Harkey, Darnell Coles, Jim Acker, Pete Harnish, Chris James, Kenny Rogers, Adam Peterson, Juan Gonzalez, Chuck McElroy, and Gino Petralli. Another pack here, Fleer 1991 baseball cards. I mean, the fact that we got one, I guess I'm happy with that. Willie Blair, Jose Offerman, Roberto Alomar, Mackie Sasser, Jeffrey Leonard, Domingo Ramos, Kevin Bass, Billy Hatcher, Ken Howe, Glenn Davis, Mike Aldretti. Wow. Get down there, Mike. Look at that. Drop it down low, homie. Dave Gallagher, Carmen Castillo, Barry Bonds, and the Orioles sticker. Another pack here of Fleer 91. As we are coming down the stretch here. Oh, we got a provisions. We got ourselves a pro. Let me see if I can do this right. Hold this to the very end. We got ourselves another provision card. Who could it be? All right, here we go. Larry Anderson, Felix Jose, Bruce Hurst, Tim Hullett, Candy Maldonado, Jeff Kunkel, Dennis Cook, Andres Thomas. We got the Orioles sticker. Jeff Treadway, Jim Tuffle, Wes Gardner, Joe Orsulak. This one's backwards. And our provision hit will be Will Clark. Look at this. Nice looking Will Clark here on the provisions. Nicely centered, but the bottom. Yeah, they always say these are hard to, it says making contact. These are hard to, what's the word that they use? They're hard to grade. They're hard to get perfect mint condition cards of these versions. Because you see the bottom, how it kind of cracks a little bit. You see the white. Nevertheless, man, we got our second provision here. So now I'm happy. We got two. I mean, the fact that we got one is already huge for me, but we got two provisions. So we got 3 packs left. I mean, now we get one. Like, wow, that would be incredible if we get another one. I would be super surprised if we, the way we've been pulling them, if we get another one. Super surprised. But let's give it a shot, man. Let's go with 3 packs down. Another pack here, Fleer 1991. Looking for those Pro Visions. All right, not here. We're going to go with Pat Combs, Eric Yielding, Calvin Schiraldi, Mel Hall, Alan Anderson, Greg Vaughn, Jeff Brantley, Jim Gantner, Chuck Finley, Mark Davis, John Shelby, Ozzie Guillen, Bobby Rose, Walt Wise, and our stickers. All right, 2 packs to go here. 1991 Fleer. Provision Hunt. Can we find another one? We got 2 so far. Sil Campusano, Mark Davidson, Scott Ruskin, Juan Bell. We got Bush, Randy Bush. Dig find Bush. Bob Patterson, Stan Javier, Fred McGriff, Crime Dog, Dave Island, Scott Scooter, Mike Henneman, Dennis Boyd, Harold Reynolds, Boodle Bun Team. Harold Reynolds squaring up. Willie Randolph and the St. Louis Cardinals. All right, final pack, 1991 Fleer. Can we find one more Provision? We found 2. And that will probably be enough. Don Paul, Randy Kutcher, Luis Salazar, Lee Smith, Hall of Famer, Colby Ward, Bob Tewksbury, George Bell, Ray Siraj, he's a Dodger, Joe Carter, Darryl Strawberry, nice looking card of Darryl, Jay Buhner, Bone, Sean Bosky, Dave Anderson, Glenn Braggs, and the Cubs card will do it. So we did get 2, got lucky, and we got 2 Provision cards featuring Ruben Sierra and Will Clark. Those are the hits of the packs. Got a lot of All-Stars and Hall of Famers as well, but these are the cards that we were specifically looking to get, and luckily we were able to find 2. But yeah, these are I'm telling you, man. You guys ever find yourself across a pack of 1991 Fleer, just pick it up. You never know, man. You might find yourself a Provision card. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of other really good ones. But we got 2, man, and I'll take them. Beggars can't be choosers, right, guys? Jeez. All right, man. I think that's a wrap. Be on the lookout, man. We're gonna come up with some new E-Dog. I'm pretty sure you saw the stickers. And once I get those stickers, I should be getting in the mail by Monday. And then once I get those stickers, man, I'm gonna get working on you guys' you and Happy Wives. What was it? Call Your Shot, Chin Music, Kill a Break mystery packs. So I'm gonna throw 1 sticker of each for you guys in there as well. So that's pretty much it. We will be going hopefully to Frankincense tomorrow to maybe look for more Fleer 91 cards, but also be on the lookout tomorrow where we will go with the modern cards, which would feature Topps Chrome 2025. And I got myself a jumbo box of Topps 2025 update. And most likely I'll be trying to get there or try to get to that rip tomorrow. All right, y'all. Have a good one, man. We'll see you on the next one. This was Chin Music Baseball Podcast, episode 135. Peace, and I'm out. All right, so we just finished over on Twitch, and we're going to finish the stream over on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. Be on the lookout. We will probably be making shorts of us pulling the Provision cards. Have a great day, everybody. See you on the next one. Peace.